your kind of era. But like around then, there was a massive surge of young lads getting into the fan. So I remember like all the don't look at me like that. I remember all like these. Like,
no, I've heard this. I've heard,
yeah. I remember like a massive surge of young players coming into teams, and I know that you said, you know, we were saying that you made your debut at 16 for Cardiff. That must have been like ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a weird, like, I was still in school at the time, and I remember one of my teachers coming up to me and was I just had a phone call from someone at Cardiff City saying that they had to ask for permission for you to play on the weekend to be a part of the team because I was still in school. So I was like no chance. Like they would have just told me or wherever. So I've gone on my phone then at lunchtime. I rang my mum. I was like, "What's this like?" Apparently cut, and then spoke to my mum, spoke to my dad, and then my dad then rang me back then a few minutes later and was like, "No, it's true. You're in the squad." I was like, "What? What do you mean I'm in this?" And I couldn't believe it. Like, and I was just like, all the nerves started to kick in.
How long had you been playing? How long had you been like at least training with the first team for?
No, that's the thing. I hadn't really. I trained with them a few times. Like, I'd have a day off in school, you know, once a week or whatever, and then I'd go off and train with them or train with some of the younger pros and things like that. But you know, I was never expecting it to be in that squad in that day, and for that to happen, and then for me to go out there and to become the youngest ever player to play for Cardiff, you know, that's what I've been striving for my whole life, to make it and to play professionally for Cardiff, and to achieve that and to break a record at a time. It was just, you know, it was surreal.
That's ridiculous. Like.
But then I walked back into school then next week. Mayweather.
Conor McGregor, you know?
McGregor, sorry. Mayweather, what am I on about?
Oh, it's all right. Let you out. It's quarantine, man. You've lost the plot.
I don't know what day it is. I don't know what month it is. What.
So, like, in terms of, like, going through academy systems, like, and I'm sure you get asked this a lot, like, but I've obviously never heard an answer from you. You hear the obvious. Is it just like, is it the players that make it through into first teams, or are they like the most ignorant, the most persistent, the ones that want to like work the hardest? Like what is it? Is it a bit of everything? A bit of luck?
Yeah. I was obviously, because I was there for such a long time, I've seen so many you know, unbelievable players and talented players throughout all the age groups, and you were thinking, he's going to make it without question. He will go all the way, and he will be an unbelievable. But then you just kept seeing these sort of players going, like, fading away, and then all of a sudden on the team, not getting a new contract, and then, you know, there's a few of you that's left at the end then, and you realize then that you have half a chance. So I don't know. I think I was always determined, no matter what. That's all I wanted to do, is become a footballer. So I was so determined on that, and drilled into myself every single day, like, that's all I'm going to do. Would tell all my teachers. Everybody would laugh at me, saying, "Oh, don't come crying to me when you don't make it," and things. But I was just so driven in achieving that goal.
Yeah, no, I was the same. Like when I was younger, like I wanted to be good at school, but I had no like, and I did all right. I was like a B, C student. Like I was decent.
Yeah, I think same. Yeah.
But I just had like It's not like I was a little arsehole or whatever. But I was you know, I was trying to be as good as I could at that. But I was just so interested in trying to make it. And I would come from a small town like yourself, and like trying to think, how can I get out of it? Even though I love this place, and even like more so now, like that I've grown up, I love the town more than I ever did. But when you're young, you're trying to get out of that small town system, and I remember like a couple of teachers and a couple of head teachers at the time sitting me down and being like, you know, this is like, it's very tough industry to get into. You're probably not going to do it, blah, blah, blah. And that just drove me on even more.
Yeah.
Like at the time, I don't think I could like afford like a French book or something like that, and he kind of sat me down and said a couple of things, and like after that, I was just like the most driven 15-year-old of all time, and just like so I completely agree with that. And then obviously you like I think if I'm right in saying, you know, I've got some bullet points, but I remember like just from like watching Sky Sports and stuff like that. I remember you like signing for Arsenal for about it was definitely less than 10, was it?
Yeah, no, it was 5.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
So like coming from Cardiff, like why Arsenal? Was Wenger appalled? Was he?
Yeah, no, you know, it was sort of happened so quickly as well at Cardiff. I broke into the first. I played the final game of the season before, and then I had a pre-season, went off with the first team, played, and then we went on this mad cup run, got all the way to the final, and then that was it. Then after, it was sort of done within the year. So all my life I've been trying to achieve this of playing for Cardiff, and then the next thing I know, then I'm walking into a dressing room with the likes of Fabregas, Gallas, Torre. I'm 7th. I'm just like, what's going on here? I just felt out of place. But no, they were really cool guys. You know, made you feel really welcome and stuff like that. But still, like, you had to pinch yourself. And Wenger, like, he was a massive pull. He was, you know, he gave youngsters opportunities. He talked me through how he saw my career path going and how he wanted to improve me, what I need to improve on. He brought me straight into the first team to train, you know, every day with these sort of world-class players, and he believed in me. So I just felt really wanted and felt like he made the most effort to try and secure me.
And to be fair, that could be said for a lot of players around your era. He was like a pioneer, really, in that, bringing in young lads, yourself and Jack Wilshere and so many. And he did it for a long time after that, like Benicaphobe, and I mean, the list goes. When it comes to Wenger, the list of young lads breaking into the first team goes on and on.
Yeah,
which is insane when you think about it. And then, so what year was that?
2008, I think.
And then,
so how old would you been then?
2008. You're
still in school then?
You're 29, eh?
Yeah.
So I'm 27 this year. So you're only a couple of years older than me, Aaron. Get down, okay? Get down.
Yeah. So 17, you'd have been 15.
Yeah, I was just about to go for the X Factor.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Which is madness.
Yeah, so you've experienced it all the same as well, being thrown into the deep end at such a young age.
Yeah, and that's why I think these kinds of conversations are good, because you never really get to hear like two people that have done a similar thing talk about it. Obviously, I'm a massive football fan. I assume in some shape or form you're a music fan, whether it be mine or not. That's a different story. But I like to know the ins and outs of how you get to places and, you know, and things like that. But very interesting. And then you broke your leg in 2010, no?
Yeah. Broke my leg.
I'm sorry to bring it up.
No, it's okay. That, you know, I just started sort of playing regularly in the first team and playing well, and that happened, and you know, it just knocks you for six sort of thing. You know, you just think, why me? Why's it happened?
I mean, to be fair to you, it was against Stoke City, so you probably probably should have expected it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you knew that, especially against Arsenal as well. That was their game.
Oh.
Kick lumps out of them. Throw the ball is like every throw into the area. You know, set pieces.
Was the lap playing in the time? Yeah.
I don't know. He might have been. Yeah,
it might have been just after that. Actually.
Or was it just after? Actually,
yeah, I think he was just after.
I think the season before he set up 2 goals from throw-ins.
And everyone was banging on about the lap throw again. I was a Derby fan, but we've had him throwing it in for years. The minute he left, we got relegated. No, but like Arsenal are a team that could absolutely pass you to death. and they're surely a job. If you're a Tony Pulis type character, your job is to just get on them from minute one.
Yeah, I think especially when we're playing away as well. It was difficult for us to go to certain grounds, but yeah, that happened, and I was fearing for my career. Yeah, I was only 19 at the time, so I was thinking that
it was a big break. That wasn't a double.
Yeah, so I broke my fib and tib, and it was all of these things. I'm in the ambulance. All of these things are going through my mind. Am I ever going to be able to walk again? Run, play. I've done all of this, and I've only just begun sort of my career. And then after a few days, then you settle down a bit, and then you get all the experienced doctors and specialists and things calming you down and saying, don't worry, you will make a full recovery and stuff. So it was nice as well. You have messages as well from other people who have had similar injuries, and
anyone in particular?
Cisse.
Oh yeah,
Cisse, he messaged me. So he had a couple, didn't he? So yeah, I had loads from all different types as well, like sports. There's a Formula One driver as well. But yeah, it was nice as well. Like, it's to be reassured again that you will come back.
When you
done anything? Have you had any injuries?
Yeah, I've got this bad boy for a minute.
Whoa. How'd you do that?
I've got basically a genetic thing in both legs where my kneecap doesn't sit into its groove very well on both sides, and it just before I had the operation in 2014, I dislocated my knee about 8 times.
Oh yeah.
Got a kick playing football one day, and then my knee went out and just kept going out and out. And I remember walking down Oxford Street trying to turn into Top Man or something, and took the sharp turn, and my knee went out in the middle of Oxford Street. And so, honest to God, just loose, elasticated, and I've only got little legs. Don't take the piss. And I ended up having to go over to Colorado, and had my knee done over there. But yeah, it was like any sort of injury. I think because we're so used to seeing football players get injured, we just say, it's fine. He'll be back in 8 months or whatever. And you don't see what goes on the inside. And I was lucky enough that I got to do my rehab at Chelsea. I spent every day for 4 or 5 months down there, and different experience altogether, but a good one. But yeah, no, it's a shame that at such a young age. You went on loan at the time, no?
Yeah, to your rivals. To your rivals first.
Well, I didn't want to talk about that, but if you must bring it up.
But that didn't go to plan. So yeah, I went back.
How long did you last at Forest?
So it was just a month, but about 3 games got called off because of snow, because it was mad snow and stuff. So
you're better off.
Yeah, but I went back to Cardiff then. Do you know? I was thinking I went to Forest as well because I knew one of my best mates used to play there, so he was convincing me to go there. Chris Gunter was there, so he was like, "No, come, you'll love it, you'll play." So he convinced me to go there, but yeah, and then I didn't manage to play as many games as I would have liked because I needed the games. I needed to get some sort of confidence back in my leg again, making a few tackles and stuff like that. So then I thought, do you know what? I just want to go back to Cardiff now, go home. I wanted to at the beginning, but then I thought, I don't want to go back and it to be, a failure or something like that. But I went back and we did well. I think I played 6 games and we won 4 and drew 2. So I was happy with that.
That's a good loan spell if you ask me. And then obviously, what did you think? By the way, what did you think of the championship?
The championship's tough league. I think.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's so many games. There's so many teams fighting for their lives. Every game is a fight. You get the few teams that are I haven't played there for a while, but when I was there, you get a few teams that try and play at home, but then away from home, they're launching balls and things like that. So, it's very unpredictable. I think it's just a grind as well to, every week in, week out, you have to keep trying to produce and just trying to get 3 points, no matter how you're playing. And yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult league.
And also, you literally have, like, if you ever had to have depth in squad, it has to be in the championship. Like, to try and get yourself promoted, you at least have to have mid-20s, like, players, 25 players.
Yeah, of course. There's so many games.
It is madness. And then you obviously went back to Arsenal when the leg felt good. And then it took off. Then you took off.
Yeah, it was... that was nice because went back there then and... got a start then against Man United, and that's when I really felt like I was back. When I scored the winner against Man United, one of the biggest games of the season for us. And I
can see the smile on your face now. You still have to be on it.
Yeah, because that was like a moment for me where I felt like that I'm back from this and I'm good. Like, so that was such a sort of it hold a special place for me where. That was the moment where, everything was going to be all right again.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously you needed a couple of loan spells to trust your leg again. Trying to go in a couple of tackles in the championship must have been a bit nervy. And then to go back and score against United. And then you won the cup that year, didn't you?
Yeah, so, no.
No, a couple of years after that, maybe.
No, it was a couple of years after that.
Yeah, it took you about a year to get back, maybe was it, or so, and then a couple of loan spells.
Yeah, so it was about a 10-month injury where I was back fully fit to train, and then went out on loan and stuff, and then it took me a good year and a half, 2 years. I know I said that was the moment where I felt like, I'm back and I could play again, but it took me to get my confidence back, my feel back, the rhythm and everything. It took me a year or a year and a half really to fully trust myself.
So that happened in 10. You're talking about a couple of years after that, maybe a bit longer than that, but then with the loan spell. So you're back at Arsenal maybe end of 13 or? No,
so that when was that? 2010, 2011. I was back then 2012, 13.
Yeah, right.
I think. And then 13, 14 then was the season when I really it kicked off.
You won the cup that year.
Yeah, that was the year when we won the cup, yeah.
Literally, yeah. So, hold on, you won the cup that year. Do you not you scored in that final? You scored in 2 finals out of 3.
Yeah.
Scored against Chelsea, scored against them.
Yeah, so... Yeah, that season was just, everything I hit was going in. When you're in that bubble, it's the best place ever to be because, everything just seems to be dropping into your path or going your way or wherever. And yeah, we was top of the league. We were, Champions League and things like that. And then Christmas time, I got injured. And then I tried to get back as quickly as possible because I was in such good form, the best form of my career. I was like, I need to get back. We're top of the I need to help. I need to do everything I can to get back out there as quickly as possible. And then I had a few setbacks, and a 6-week injury probably was what it was. Ended up taking about 3 months because I just had a couple of setbacks. And then, so I missed the Champions League games. We didn't finish top of the league. But we managed to get to the FA Cup final. And then, obviously, to score the winner, that was just unbelievable.
Ramsey!
Because we waited so long as well to win some silverware. So,
but you went on a bit of a run after that, no?
Yeah, well, we won a few FA Cups and a few Community Shields and things,
Yes,
but
just a few.
Yeah.
Leave it out. You want to? You scored in that one. I remember this because this was the start of the oh, Wenger can only, like win the FA Cup and blah blah. People just this was the start of like Wenger out period. I remember, and I was always such a Wengerman, and I'm sure you are because he helped you so much. But he won the cup then the next year. Is that right? 14, 15, 17 were yours.
Yeah. We won it back to back, and then had a break, and then won it again.
Just a quick little 5-minute. Let me revert back to my phone for a second. I'm just going, all right, okay. Towards the end in England. This is what I've written down, towards the end in England. So literally I've written that down. So yeah, as you say, there was a two-year on the bounce, then a gap, and then won it in 17. But from what I remember, this was a good one, this one. Because it wasn't like, no disrespect to Hull or Villa. I mean, you're talking Chelsea on May Bank holiday weekend at Wembley Stadium in the sunshine, and a winning goal.
Yeah, that was mad because Chelsea had just won the league as well, so they're full of confidence. They're on a high. Nobody gave us a chance really, because we hadn't done so well in the league, and yeah, we finished outside the top 4. And yeah, so everybody was like, but we were so determined to get our hands back on that trophy that we left everything out there that day. It was a boiling hot day, but after the game, people were just collapsing on the floor, like they're emptied. They give absolutely everything, and I'm a big believer in that the work that you put in, you need to put in every ounce that you've got to get the rewards. And that day, without question, we deserved it. I think
it was an unbelievable, like as far as cup finals go in recent years, it was an absolute banger of a game. There's nothing better than seeing like the coaches arrive in an FA Cup day, like the ones that we've watched all our lives ourselves. And then I think it's lost its piece for some people. But if you're a big football fan like myself or yourself, the FA Cup's never lost its touch. And especially if you've got 3 of the little buggers at home, it must be a nice little feeling.
No, it's the best cup competition. There is, I think, such a big history, and you're pulling up to the hotel the day before. And you can see, Wembley, like the arch, and already the blood's starting to pump, or the things are running through your head. You struggle to sleep. You're up until 1, eyes wide open, like trying to envision. How'd you say that word?
Envision. I don't know. Envision, yeah.
So yeah. It's just an amazing day.
Nice. And then obviously bit of a from the outside, a little bit of a strange ending to your Arsenal career, but that's besides the point, because you'll obviously still go down as Arsenal legend. And I'm literally just watching people like the football fans that are in here are popping up with Rambo, Gunner, he's always a Gunner, come on you Gunners, all that stuff. Which obviously must be a lovely thing for you. And I watched your speech the day you left, and it was a very emotional thing for you, obviously.
Yeah, that was tough. I wasn't prepared for that. I was just thinking, I'm going to go out there, say my bit, and then I couldn't control anything. It was just pouring out. So, it was. I spent 11 years there. I sort of grew up there when I left. I started at 17. I grew up there. I've been married, had my kids. Been through so much on and off the pitch there that it meant so much to me, that club, and always will. So, yeah.
By the way, as you said that, I literally got goosebumps. Because I think, as I said earlier on in the chat, we just get this perception that footballers, I don't think we all get it, but we don't get to see a lot of footballers and actually get to see them, like talk to them personally, and you just get to see them on the Saturday when they're like literally in tunnel vision mode, and that's it. But I just find it so interesting. But when you said that, that properly got me, because I supported a team with a very loyal fan base, and the shit that we've been through over the years,